Good evening. Okay. Ayush, Manish, विकास. ओके. ऑडियो वीडियो क्लियर है? एक बार बता दें. ऑडियो वीडियो क्लियर? यस. ऑडियो वीडियो क्लियर. वी आर इन पदार्थ विचार. पदार्थ मीन्स categories. Vaisheshika philosophers have accepted total 7 categories, and those 7 categories are classified in two groups. Bhava padarth means being, and non-being abhava padarth. So bhava padarthas are of 6 types, and seventh one is known as abhava padarth. And we have already discussed different aspects regarding padarth. Padarth means meaning of a word. Meaning of a word is called padarth, or object signified by a word is called padarth. And other definition is anything which has existence, knowable and nameable, knowable and nameable is called padarth. Nameable is called padarth. And you must be aware, since padarthas are knowable, all 7 padarthas are knowable, and knowable had its own separate and independent existence from knower. Since Nyaya Vaisheshika both have accepted realism. Realism means they have accepted knowable exist outside independent from knower. It means that they have accepted padarthas are objectively real. Objective reality of padarthas. 7 padarthas and all are objectively real. They are not mental construct. They really exist outside from nowhere. They are real. Objectively real. They are objective reality. All these 7 padarthas are objectively real. We have discussed this one. And we have discussed so far Dravya, Guna, Karma, Samanya. Yes, is it clear? Now we are going to discuss Samvaya. Samvaya. We are going to discuss Samvaya. Last year one question was asked regarding Samvaya. In 2021. यही इसी साल, नॉट लास्ट ईयर एग्जाम 16th of जनवरी को जो एग्जाम था. सी द टर्म इज इनसेपरेबिलिटी अयुत सिद्धा इज ए नेसेसरी कंडीशन और ए सफिशिएंट कंडीशन फॉर डिफाइनिंग characteristics lakshana of samanya inherence. You must be aware two important technical terms: necessary condition और sufficient condition. ये 2021 का सवाल है, ध्यान रखना. Earlier also Samvaya has been asked. It's second time you will find question regarding Samvaya. So we have discussed so far Dravya, Guna, Karma, Samanya. Now we are going to discuss Samvaya. Inherence. Samvaya. Clear? सारे लोग बोल लो. Is it clear? Now Samvaya. Samvaya. Note down introduction. Samvaya. Intro. Introduction. Samvaya. Metaphysical point of view, Vaisheshikas have accepted 7 padarthas. Metaphysical point of view, Vaisheshikas have accepted 7 padarthas, bracket में categories. They are classified in two groups, bhava and abhava. 7 padarthas, two groups, bhava and abhava. Samvaya is a kind of bhava padarth. Is a bhava padarth. First paragraph clear. Why samvaya is a padarth? Why we should accept samvaya as a padarth? Why samvaya is a padarth? And then we'll discuss meaning of samvaya, its features and types. Why samvaya is a padarth? Since samvaya has a meaning, it signifies towards something. Meaning of a word is called padarth. Since samvaya has also a meaning, that's why samvaya is a padarth. It indicates towards something, that's why it is a padarth. And it has existence, it is knowable, and it is knowable, that's why it is a padarth. And samvaya is objectively real. Since samvaya is knowable exists outside, independent from our mind, it means samvaya is objectively real. So why is samvaya a padarth? Since samvaya has a meaning. Meaning of a word is called padarth. Since the word samvaya has also a meaning, that's why it is a padarth. It has existence. It is knowable and nameable, that's why it is a padarth. And it is objectively real. Why? Since it is knowable, and knowable exists outside, independent from knower, according to Nyaya Vaisheshika. Is it clear? Now see here. Right now we are in samvaya padarth. Must be aware. Vaisheshika describes 7 types of padarthas under 2 broad classes. First one is bhava, that is being, which is of 6 types. The second abhava, or non-being or negation, that is abhava. 7th one is abhava. First 6 are bhava, last one is abhava. We have already discussed dravya, and 9 kinds of dravyas are there: earth, water, fire, air. So 1 or 2 lines already written here, straightforward. कोई इसमें heavyweight concept नहीं है. Mind and manas, mind or manas. Quality we have discussed. द्रव्य गुण कर्म. Samanya, regarding samanya, you will find much more emphasis on samanya. Not asked any question so far, but what is written here, that will be sufficient. What kind of question they are going to ask? Certainly in next few years, you will find question from that. Only this one is left, although it is very, very important, but they have not asked any question for the last 10 to 12 years. This particular term, samanya, we have discussed this one. And see here we have already written, there are 3 views, universal class essence in Indian philosophy. Basically debate हुआ है Buddhism and Nayayika's views. We have discussed Buddhist view, and second one is Nayayika views. The Nyaya Vaisheshika's accept realistic view of the universe. Realistic means universal exists outside, independent from knower. So this one is discussed already. We have discussed this one. For value addition, you can take help of this particular part. Now samvaya, inherence, see here. Last year this term was used by, in UPSC last year question was asked, Ayut Siddha, see here. And inseparably connected, it is written here. Inseparably connected. The 6th category is somehow inseparable in eternal relation called inherence. And how Pasaspas define the term? So taking help of this chart itself, note down definition. Note down. We have written introduction. We have written why abhava should be, why samvaya should be accepted as a padarth. And what's the definition of samvaya here? Pasaspas, also explained Vaisheshika Sutra, defines it is means inherence as, note down from here, the relationship subsisting among things that are inseparable, standing of one another in the relation of the container and the contained, and being the basis of the idea. This is in that. The things related by Samvaya are inseparably connected. Ayut Siddh means inseparably connected, and they cannot be separated without being destroyed. Samvaya is a relation between two things. You can't separate them. If you try to separate, certainly one will destroy without being destroyed. It means that one of them is invariably found associated with the others. It is inseparable relationship. It is written, Samvaya is a kind of inseparable relationship. अब चला सवाल को देख लो आप. See here. In 2021, देखो यहाँ पे is inseparability अयूत सिद्ध necessary condition for the defining of samanya samvaya, that is inherence. Explain with reference to the Vaisheshika philosophy. So we are here in Vaisheshika philosophy. And now here note down this line. As it is, you have to write. Now we have written definition. Definition may just note down. First part defines. Just note down from here to here. 4 lines you have to write. Taking help of printed notes. Just note down. First part defines, it is the relationship subsisting among things that are inseparable, standing of one another in the relation of the container and the contained. One is dependent, second one is the ground. Container and the contained. And being the basis of the idea, this is in that. The things related by Samvaya are inseparably connected. Ayut Siddh. Ayut Siddh means inseparable relationship. And they can't be separated without being destroyed. Note down that one. That is the definition. Samvaya is a... See, Risudaj. 2 types of relations. One is Sayog, conjunction here. Sanjog, conjunction. Relation between two things possible to separate. If separable relation, you must be a separable relation, that is called conjunction. For example, relation between marker with my finger. It is possible to separate without being destroyed. But Samvaya relation, you can't separate, can't be separated without being destroyed. For example, man can't be separated from manness. So what kind of relation between man and manness? What kind of relation between man and manness? For example, this is inseparable relation. What kind of relation between threads and cloth? Cloth is made of threads. So what kind of relationship? Inseparable. If you try to separate, certainly one will destroy. You can't separate manness from man. Can't separate threads from cloths. These are inseparable relations. Samvaya sambandh. See, Samvaya is a kind of relation which is accepted as inseparable. If you try to separate, at least one will destroy. Without, see here, they can't be separated without being destroyed. Relation between, for example, relation between cow and cowness. What kind of relation it is? It's not a conjunction. Conjunction possible to separate. Possible to separate. Relation between you and chair. Along with chair, you both can be separated without being destroyed. So, Sanyog, conjunction, is a kind of external relation, possible to separate. Samvaya is a kind of inherent relation, can't be separated. For example, red and rose. Can you separate red color from rose? If you try to separate, certainly without being destroyed, it can't be separated. You must be aware. Inherence means, inherence is a kind of relation. Inherence is a kind of inseparable relation. Must be aware. Conjunction is also a relation, but possible to separate. Here, see. Inherence means Samvaya. Inherence means Samvaya. Must be aware. Here it is written. कोई मैंने 21 जनवरी के बाद अपडेट नहीं किया, पहले ही अपडेट है, 2 साल पहले ही. and see all those things which were the question which was asked in 2021 already here in a proper manner. Inherence is a different from conjunction. संयोग or conjunction is a temporary or non-eternal relation between two things. संयोग is a temporary. On the other hand, inherence or samvaya is a permanent, eternal relation, inseparable relation. संयोग which is liable to be separated. युत सिद्ध है, देखो युत सिद्ध है. Samvaya is a kind of ayut siddha. Ayut siddha means inseparable relation. Yut siddha. On the other hand, samvaya is a permanent or eternal relation between two entities which one inheres in the, inheres मतलब विद्यमान रहता है, inheres in other. अयूत सिद्ध, one inhere in other. काउनेश काउज में है. Samvaya is a necessary eternal relation between two things, one of which cannot exist apart from the others. And देखो क्वेश्चन देखो आप इसमें. तो ध्यान से देखना. टू 2018, अच्छा समवाय पे एक बार था 2018. थोड़ा ध्यान से देखना. वन क्वेश्चन, वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. हाउ डू द वैशेषिका philosophers explain the different of the relationship in the two cases? Two cases है. First, the brown color of the table, brown color and table. What kind of relation it is? It's a relation. Brown color of the table. Is it possible to separate brown color from table? It's a kind of ayutasit sambandh, eternal, inseparable relation. The book on the table, it's a conjunction. It's also a kind of relation. Book and table, separate, impermanent, temporary, external, possible to separate them without being destroyed. And here, if you try to separate brown color from table, certainly without being destroyed, it can't be separated. In process of separating them, वो डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाएगा. ब्राउन कलर इन टेबल. कितना बढ़िया सवाल था. आउट ऑफ 10 मार्क्स, आउट ऑफ 10, 8 नंबर 9 नंबर तक पॉसिबल है इसमें. इन सच काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन 8-9 मार्क्स पॉसिबल. टीचर थोड़ा लिबरल होगा तो 10 में 10 दे देगा इफ यू आर गोइंग टू राइट ऑल एस्पेक्ट्स. सी द टर्म वंस अगेन. Relations are of two types. One is external, one is temporary, second one is inseparable. One is separable, second one is inseparable. Separable relation, conjunction. For example, book on the table. Separate, external, permanent. Without being destroyed, you can separate. Conjunction. And here, brown color with the table. Color is a quality. Table is a substance in one sense. द्रव्य. एक्सलेंट क्वेश्चन था ये. 10 नंबर का था. 10 में से आउट ऑफ 10 पॉसिबल टू फाइंड 8-9 ऑल्सो. See, Agasar Raj, we are not going to discuss this one. That's a part of epistemology. And Vaisheshika's philosophy, we are not going to discuss their epistemology. We'll discuss epistemology only of Nyaya philosophy, not Vaisheshika philosophy. Vaisheshikas are known for their metaphysics. No need to discuss their epistemology. You must be aware. Sideline kar do, उड़ा दो. अग्रसर राज. सीधा न्याय को लिखो in epistemology. No need to write Vaisheshika's thought. Must be aware. See the question, and if you have gone through my printed notes minutely, it's not a difficult task. Now see once again what is written in printed notes. Now we are Nyaya Vaisheshika once again. Vaisheshika philosophy थोड़ा factual भी है और दोनों भी है. See, inherence is different from conjunction. So, yoga or conjunction is a टेम्पोररी और नॉन इटर्नल रिलेशन. इसका उल्टा लिखोगे समवाय में. इनहेरेंस इज ए परमानेंट इटर्नल रिलेशन बिटवीन टू थिंग्स, एंड संयोग कंजंक्शन इज ए temporary or non-eternal relation between two things which are liable to be separated. On the other hand, samvaya is a permanent eternal relation between two entities of which one inhere in the other. Example, cowness in cows, manness in men. And see, 5 types of samvayas are there. For example, the part and the whole. Part can't be separated from whole. Inseparable relation. Part can't be separated from whole. अगर separate करोगे तो certainly without being destroyed can't be separated. Quality from some substance. For example, brown color and table. Table is a substance. Brown color is a quality. Quality can't be separated from substance. It's a kind of samvaya sambandha. The things which are inseparably connected are 5 kinds of samvaya. The action and substance. The particular universal. Particular universal means cows, particular, cowness universal. Cowness can't be separated from cows. And the biশেষ and the eternal substance. So these 5 kinds of samvayas are accepted. So after writing, you will write first of all definition given by Prasastpad. ये लिखोगे. How Prasastpad had defined the term samvaya. After that, you will write samvaya is different from conjunction, sanyog, and 5 types of samvaya sambandha are accepted. Perfect, clear. You have to take help of printed notes. Now free to ask. ओके, विकास कुमार यादव, अभी मैं जवाब दे रहा हूँ. और पूछ लो, पहले 1-2 सवाल और पूछ लो. ओके. Inherence means internal relation in one sense, permanent relation, inseparable relation. Inherence is a inseparable relation. Samvaya. First of all, विकास कुमार का मैं एग्जाम्पल दे रहा हूँ. विकास कुमार, हाउ इट इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम एक्शन क्वालिटी इनहेरेंट इन ऑब्जर्व. मान लो, imagine one example of Zabya is like that. For example, this one is a piece of cloth. Imagine cloth. And in process of writing cloth, we have defined the term Zabyaj. Zabya is that where Zabya को हमने ऐसे दिखाया है. Zabya is that where quality and action inhere. And Zab is the material cause of the composite objects produced from it. So here this one, thread, is accepted as Zabya. And through thread this cloth is made. पहले बोलो, what kind of relation between thread and cloth? Separable or inseparable? Inseparable relation, samvaya sambandh. Second, what kind of relation between action and Zabya? Can you separate action from Zabya? Can you separate qualities from Zabya? Quality means color of the thread. Is it possible to separate color from thread? No, it is inseparable relation. Qualities and action inhere in Zabya. So 2 types of samvaya. Quality Zabya relation is also a kind of samvaya. Inherence. Action Zabya sambandh. Here it's written. Action and the substance. Quality and the substance. Quality and action both inhere in substance. तो एक ये टाइप हो गया, एक ये टाइप हो गया. द्रव्य वाली परिभाषा में हमने दिखाई है इस चीज को. BCS and internal substance. We have not discussed BCS, that's why you are asking question. BCS is eternal since where it lies, they are eternal. Everything is unique in this universe. Everything is unique in one sense due to BCS, particularity. So 5 kinds of samvayas are there. Must be aware. Clear? पहले यहां तक बोलो. तो विकास एक्शन एंड क्वालिटी. एक्शन and quality in here. Action in here in Zabya. Action in here in Zabya. So one kind of summarized action and substance relationship. Quality in here is substance. One kind of summarized this one. हमने दोनों को अलग अलग किया है. 5 kinds of inseparable relationship. Quality substance relation. इसी पे क्वेश्चन था. Brown color and table. Table is a substance. Brown color is a quality. This one is inseparable relation. If we try to separate, certainly clear. Somewhere. बहुत फैक्चुअल है इसमें, ध्यान रखना. A lot of facts. And now, विशेष note down. Now here विशेष, particularity note down. Same way, particularity. Introduction, विशेष. Vaisheshikas have accepted 7 padarthas, classified in 2 groups, bhava and abhava. Vishesh is a kind of bhava padarth. Now see, in an easy manner. No, never write. Soul can be separated from body. No need to write Risudas like that. No need. Must be aware. यहाँ पे देखो, particularity and विशेष. See, imagine different pots are there. Pot. ये थोड़ा हम ordinary sense में दिखा रहे हैं. Pot. So all these are called pots since they all have potness. What's the common and essential quality of all pots? Potness. Different cows. Imagine white cow, बहुत सारे cows हैं. So what's the common essential feature of all cows? Cowness. So taking help of potness, cowness, manness, we become able to maintain unity among all the members of a class. We all are men since we have manness. But on which ground you separate one pot from another pot? On which ground? कि ये pot इस pot से अलग है. Taking help of particularity. Basically, this one is used in this sense here. एक बार फिर से देखो. Atoms are many. 4 kinds of atoms: earth, air, water, fire. And atoms are many. So how you can separate different atoms are there? How can you separate one atom from another atom? So these are eternal substance, and you can separate them taking help of Vishesh. One atom is different from another atom on the basis of Vishesh. सारी चीजें यूनिक है in this universe. Now note down. देखो, taking help of universal, we become able to explain unity. And taking help of particular, we become able to explain diversity of this universe. We all cows are cows. Why? Since they have cowness. And how can you separate in easy manner? You can say like that. Now see here. Note down. Vishesh. The 5th category is Vishesh or particular. It is opposite to Samanya or generality. Vishesh or particular inheres in eternal substance. It inheres in eternal substance and distinguishes them from one another. Composite substance like jar, cloth, etc. can be distinguished on the basis of their parts. The composite substance do not require any particularity or distinguish them from one another. तो आप atoms का ही example लेकर चलोगे. For example, see here, the Vaisheshika recognize the soul, mind, ether, space, time, atoms of earth, water, air, fire, and which are all partless and eternal. These are all eternal and partless and cannot therefore be distinguished from one another by the difference of their parts. Ether is eternal substance. So are space and time. They are distinguished from one another by particulars. जब की परिभाषा आती है अंत्यो नित्य जब वृत्ति विशेष. जब इज इटर्नल, अंत्यो नित्य जब वृत्ति विशेष. जो eternal substance को which separate eternal substance from each other. And what's the eternal substance here? See here, soul, mind, ether, space, time, earth, air, water, and fire, which are all partless and eternal. These are all eternal and partless and cannot be therefore be separated on the basis of their parts. Ether is eternal substance, so are space and time. They are distinguished from one another by particulars. Must be aware. And in this way, even particular is also eternal. It is the unique particularity of an individual eternal substance. Must be aware. This particularity or vishesh inheres in eternal substance and it separates them. So, since it inheres in eternal substance, so particularity is also eternal or nitya, because it inheres in eternal substance. As the atoms are innumerable, so all the particulars are also innumerable. आप इसको ठीक से देख लोगे. देखो एक सवाल को भी दिखा रहा हूं जो विशेष पे फर्स्ट टाइम दैट क्वेश्चन वाज आस्क्ड. अब यही कुछ तो एक टफ सवाल है, अदरवाइज तो टफ सवाल थोड़ी है इंडियन फिलोसफी में. अब देखो एक बार की, ये 2020 का सवाल है. 2020 critically evaluate the logical and metaphysical status of Vishesh in the context of Vaisheshika philosophy. Metaphysical status of Vishesh. Metaphysical status of Vishesh. In process of writing, first of all, write. Vaisheshika philosophers have accepted total 7 padarthas classified in 2 groups, bhava and abhava. Vishesh is a kind of bhava padarth. First point clear. Metaphysical and logical status पूछ रहा है. Second one, it's a bhava padarth. Yes or no? What is meaning? Vishesh has also a meaning, that's why it is a padarth. It has existence, metaphysical, it has existence. It is knowable, logical aspect, knowable, and it is nameable, that's why it is a padarth. And Vishesh is knowable and that's why it is objectively real. So itni baatein to on the basis of earlier aspects you can write. Vishesh is objectively real. And now, after that you have to write from this. After that you may write from here. It is opposite to Samanya generality. Vishesh or particularity, you can write all these points. Taking help of printed notes, you have to write. Try to read. Try to read Vishesh. Must be aware, aggressor. Nayayika have accepted souls as many. And how you can separate one soul from another soul, taking help of particularity. Souls are many, atoms are many. How can you separate one atom from another atom? How can you separate one atom of us from another atom? Many atoms. How can you separate? Taking help of particularity. Taking help of universal, you can unite. You can explain unity among them. On the basis of particularity, you can separate them. Souls are many. You must be aware. See here. See here once again. The Vaisheshika recognize the existence of souls. Souls must be aware. Advaita Vedanta, souls are not many. Non-dualism accepted. But here, existence of souls, minds, many minds. Ether, one. Space, one. Time, atoms of earth. Time एक है, space एक है, ether एक है, one. Minds many, souls many. Atoms of earth, water, air and fire, which all are partless and eternal. Ether is eternal substance. So are the space and time. They are distinguished from one another by particulars. That's why particular is also eternal. Particularity is eternal because it inheres in eternal substance. As the atoms are innumerable, so as the यही सब इसका लॉजिकल और मेटाफिजिकल स्टेटस है. मस्ट बी अवेयर. See here, an atom, many atoms of earth, an atom of earth, which is an eternal substance, an atom of earth, which is an internal substance, has a particularity which distinguishes it from another atom of earth. So how can many atoms of earth, so how can you differentiate one atom of earth from another atom of earth? Taking help of particularity. It separates them. That's why it is also eternal substance. This one is the part. Clear? This one is Vishesh. This one is basically Vishesh. Particularity. See, Ayush Gautam, composite objects can be, composite substance can be differentiated on the basis of their parts. Since they have composite means they have parts. So on the basis of their parts, possible to separate them. But how can you separate eternal substance? In process of writing, you will write example of atom of earth. Many atoms of earth. How can you separate one atom from another atom? Particularity. पॉट वाला तो हम ऑर्डिनरी सेंस में एग्जाम्पल दिया है मैंने, ध्यान रखना आप, ताकि आसानी से समझ सको. अदरवाइज इन प्लेस ऑफ पॉट, पॉट इज ए कंपोजिट सबस्टांस, यू विल राइट ऑलवेज एटम्स और इटर्नल सबस्टांस. Particularity exists in eternal substance, it separates them. That's why particularity is also eternal. This one was asked in 2020. Now we are going to discuss the last one, abhava. एक बार इस पे ठीक से जाना होगा, ध्यान रखना. ठीक है, अभाव, नॉन एग्जिस्टेंस ऑफ अभाव. नोट डाउन. अभाव मीन्स नॉन एग्जिस्टेंस. नोट डाउन. इंट्रोडक्शन. सबसे अधिक इसी पे सवाल है, अभाव पे. अभाव. In Vaisheshika philosophy, 7 padarthas are accepted. Introduction, abhava. 7 padarthas accepted. Classified in 2 groups, bhava and abhava. The 7th padarth is abhava padarth. First 6 are bhava, 7th one is abhava padarth. The 7th padarth is abhava padarth. See, few points. You must be aware, Kanad, founder of Vaisheshika philosophy, Kanad, does not mention abhava as an independent category. The latter Vaisheshika accepted it as a category to explain negative facts. The first 6 are positive and this is negative. तो आप बटन रसेल से भी आप इसको कंपेयर कर सकते हो. बटन रसेल हैज आल्सो एक्सेप्टेड नेगेटिव फैक्ट. Negative fact. Here also it's a kind of negative fact. It is a category to explain negative facts. To explain negative facts. Abhav is accepted by Nyaya Vaisheshikas. Even in Western tradition, contemporary Western philosophy, Burton Russell has also accepted negative facts. The first 6 categories are positive and this is negative. It's a relative category. Cannot be understood without being. It is often defined as that whose knowledge is dependent on the knowledge of its counter entity. Note down, this one is the definition. It is often defined as that whose knowledge is dependent on, note, this one is the definition of whose knowledge is dependent on the knowledge of its counter entity. Clear? And now see, note down few important points. Note down. Note down few points. Why abhava should be accepted as a category? Note down points. Why we should have abhava as a category? why we should accept abhava as a distinct category. Note down the points. First point, definition here already there. If you are saying right now there is absence of pot on this table, for example, here table is there, table. Imagine this one is table. And if you are saying the absence of pot on this table, it means abhava of pot on this table exists. You can say this place is characterized by the absence of pot. Absence of pot. This one is the, in this way we describe abhava. This room is characterized by the absence of pot, absence of elephant, etc. Yeah, pot का भी अभाव है, absence of pot right now on this table. No pot on this table, no book on the table. It means abhava. You are writing abhava. Absence of something on the table right now. Abhava is there. Abhava of that one on the table. Yes or no? See, note down. Why abhava should be accepted as a padarth? Note down. Since abhava has also a meaning, that's why abhava is a padarth. First point, 5-6 arguments to support that abhava is a padarth. Since abhava has also a meaning, that's why it is a padarth. Second point, abhava is knowable and nameable, that's why it is a padarth. Abhava is knowable and nameable. Abhava is knowable and nameable, that's why it is a padarth. Third, why abhava is a padarth? Since abhava has a meaning, that's why it is a padarth. Since it is knowable and nameable, that's why it is a padarth. Thought. According to asat karyavad, effect doesn't pre-exist its cause before its origin. According to asat karyavad, effect doesn't pre-exist in its cause before its origin. So, effect doesn't pre-exist in cause before its origin. So, to explain asat karyavad, we are bound to accept abhava as a padarth. So, to explain asat karyavad कहता है कार्य का absence था, effect was absent in cause. So, to explain asat karyavad, it is must to accept abhava as a padarth. To explain asat karyavad, it is must to accept abhava as a padarth. Without accepting abhava, absence, you can't explain asat karyavad. Asat karyavad says effect was absent in cause before its origin. You are bound to accept absence, bound to accept abhava as a padarth. Next, to explain external relation, it is must to accept abhava as a padarth. Without accepting external relation, you can't explain external relation. To explain external relation, it is must to accept abhava as a padarth. External relation. External relation can't be explained. For example, right now, between you and your chair, जो आपका चेयर जिस पे आप बैठे हो, it's a kind of external relation. So before establishing this relation, it was absent there. This relation was absent before establishing this relation. It's an external relation. Before establishing relation between my finger and with this marker, absence of this relation was there. Relation नहीं था, absent था. You can't explain external relation without accepting abhava. Absence you are bound to accept. Right now, relation is going on between you and your chair. It's a kind of external relation. But before establishing this relation, ये absence था ये relation at that place. Absence of that relation was there. So you must be aware. To explain external relation meaningfully, right now your eyes are coming into contact with this marker. It's external relation, not internally connected or like that. Quality and quality and substance, internal, it's permanent, not external, you can say. But here, it should be clear. Next. According to Nyaya Vaisheshika or Vaisheshika, in liberation, soul becomes devoid of, according to Nyaya Vaisheshika, in liberation, soul becomes devoid of pain, pleasure, and consciousness. Soul becomes devoid of pain, pleasure, and consciousness. Pain, pleasure, and consciousness. So we have to accept abhava as a padarth. Since in liberation, devoid of pain, devoid of pleasure, neither pain nor pleasure nor consciousness. Soul becomes devoid of all such kind of things. Absence of pain, absence of pleasure, absence of consciousness in soul when it finds liberation. When soul finds liberation. So without accepting abhava, you can't explain liberation properly. And next, to explain changeable objects, to explain change, we have to accept abhava as a padarth. To explain change, for example, in process of change, either something is going to be added or something is going to be sidelined. If something is going to be added there in process of change, it means ki that was absent at that time, new thing is coming there. And in process of change, if something is going to destroy, it means the absence of that thing is going to start. So you can't explain change without accepting abhava. We are bound to accept abhava as a padarth. We are bound to accept abhava as a padarth. Must be. We are bound to accept abhava as a padarth. Yeah. And now, main structure. See here. How you will write? First of all, write introduction. Vaisheshikas have accepted 7 padarthas. First 6 are bhava, 7th one is abhava. Second paragraph, abhava defined the term abhava. Abhava, example of abhava, this place is characterized by the absence of pot right now. There is no pot on the table right now. Example of abhava. Abhava. Abhava must be aware, it's a relative category. You can accept abhava, absence of that thing which is not present here, but somewhere else. Pot is somewhere else. Right now you are saying this pot, absence of pot on this table. This one is called abhava. Absence of pot in this table means pot is somewhere else. You can't say absence of ghost on this table. In other places also no ghost. Must be aware. So you will accept absence of that thing which exists somewhere else, not right now. There is absence of pot on this place. Must be aware. Why abhava should be accepted as a padarth? So 6 arguments we have written. Now, the most debatable aspects are how we find knowledge of abhava. Note down. According to Nyaya, knowledge of abhava. According to Nyaya, through perception we find knowledge of abhava. Let me complete. I will explain that one, abhava. Fourth point or fifth point, जो भी point होगा. See, according to Nyaya, Nyaya have explained knowledge of abhava through perception. Through perception. In this context, they have accepted Visheshan, Visheshya, Bhava, Sannikals. 6 kinds of contacts or sannikals already discussed. Last one is, sixth one is विशेषण विशेष्य भाव सन्निकर्ष, contact. Naiyayikas have explained knowledge of abhava through perception, and for perception, sense object contact is required, and contact is of 6 types. So through this visheshana vishesha bhava contact, we find knowledge of abhava. How? Try to see. According to Nyaya, when our sense organs, according to Nyaya, when our sense organs come into contact with any place, when our sense organs come into contact with any place, then we not only find knowledge of that place, but we not only find knowledge of place, but along with its all characteristics, we not merely find knowledge of that place, but we also find characteristics of that place. When our sense organs come into contact with any place or place, we not merely find knowledge of that place, but we find knowledge of the place along with its characteristics. Characteristics are of 2 types, positive and negative. Characteristics are of 2 types, positive and characteristic. Regarding abhava, we find knowledge. Regarding abhava, we find knowledge like, बहुत कम में लिखोगे, this place is characterized by absence of pot right now. This place is characterized by absence of pot right now. अब देखो एग्जाम्पल से देखो आप. Imagine eyes coming to contact with any table. A table है, थोड़ा ध्यान से देखना. Yes, and here one lamp is there. Lamp है ये, लैम्प भी है, टेबल भी है, ग्लास भी है, इमेजिन, वाटर भी, इमेजिन. So when our sense organs come into contact with any place or object है, या फिर आप कह सकते हो place भी, so we not mere find knowledge of that object or mere place, but we find knowledge of that place along with its characteristics. Along with its characteristics. For example, now this one is table. So when our sense organs come into contact with this table, we not only find mere knowledge of table, but along with its characteristics are of 2 types. Positive characteristics, and even negative characteristics. For example, when our eyes come into contact with this table, we are getting this table is characterized by presence of glass, positive characteristic, presence of glass of water. It's a positive characteristics of this table. This table is characterized by the presence of lamp. You are not only finding table, but you are getting a square table, positive characteristics. Black table, yes or no. So these are the positive characteristics of this place or object. So when our sense organs come into contact with object or place, we not mere find knowledge of place, but we find knowledge of place along with its characteristics. Characteristics are of two types. Characteristics are of two types. Positive characteristics, negative characteristics. These are positive characteristics of this table. Presence of a glass of water, presence of lamp, black color, a square, etc. And negative characteristics also. We are here right now, we are getting absence of pot on this table right now. So this one is abhava basically. And how you are getting knowledge of abhava? Through perception, according to Nyaya. Nyaya's philosopher have accepted knowledge of abhava through perception. It is said by them, when our eyes came into contact with any place, that is called bisesya. Place means bisesya. Visheshan, bisesya, bhava, sanikas. Bisesya. Bisesya means place. When our sense organs come into contact with any bisesya or place, we not only find knowledge of bisesya, but along with its visheshana. Visheshana means characteristics. Visheshana. Visheshan, bisesya, bhava, contact. Sanikas. Sixth one. 6 kinds of contact. The last one is Visheshan, Vishesya, Bhava, Sanikas. When our eyes come into contact with any Vishesha means place, we also find its Visheshan means characteristics. Characteristics of two types, positive and negative. So, negative characteristics, for example, this place, this table is characterized by absence of pot right now. So, you are getting abhava of pot on this table through perception itself. Even through perception, you are getting presence of glass of water, presence of table lamp, and you are also getting through perception itself absence of pot on this table. Clear? Perfect. इतना लिख दोगे पूरा का पूरा नंबर आ जाएगा, पूरा का पूरा. टीचर खुश हो जाएगा. And they have asked so many times questions of that one. कई बार सवाल है, how we find knowledge of abhava. 10 साल में 15 साल में 4-5 बार सवाल है, हाउ वी फाइंड नॉलेज ऑफ अभाव. तो इस टाइप से अभाव का ज्ञान मिलता है. इज इट क्लियर? यस. विकास कुमार यादव, यू कांट से the absence of lal pari on this table. Lal pari nowhere else. It must have existed somewhere else. Then only you can say. Jal pari likh lena. You can't say absence of jal pari on this table. Since it is a relative category. मतलब that must be happened, that must have existence somewhere else, but absence of that place right now. Absence of pot, absence of chair, absence of you may say absence of book on this table right now. लिख लोगे वैसे कर सकते हो. Is it clear? पहले बोलो. Is it clear? रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी. What's the fourth one? जरा बोलो एक बार, fourth one क्या है तो नहीं समझ में है. Explain the fourth one. Fourth one में क्या है? Clear? मनीष कुमार, विकास कुमार यादव. रिमझिम फोर्थ में क्या है जो नहीं समझ में आया है? बोल लो एक बार की. नो अयूत सिद्ध अत्यंत भाव is a category of abhava. Yes. Yes, one aspect of अत्यंता भाव is also there. अगर सर राज तुम्हारा तो बैकग्राउंड होगा फिलोसफी का, तब तुम सवाल तुम जब निकाल रहे हो तो थोड़े वन कैटेगरी ऑफ अत्यंता भाव. तुम डिबेट में जा रहे हो. टू एक्सप्लेन एक्सटर्नल रिलेशन. व्हाट काइंड ऑफ रिलेशन बिटवीन यू एंड योर चेयर? Internal necessarily connected or external? External. So before establishing this relation, what was the condition? Absence of that relation was there. 7:30 से पहले जो अभी रिलेशन अभी दोनों मेंटेन है, यू एंड यू along with your chair, तो ये रिलेशन एब्सेंट था ना पहले 2-3 hours बिफोर. एब्सेंस ऑफ दैट रिलेशन वाज देयर, फाइनली रिलेशन हो गया. यस और नो? So to explain external relation, देखो इन लिबरेशन में अग्रसर राज Nayaikas have explained liberation in a very negative way in one sense, narrow sense. It is said by them that in liberation ultimately no pain, absence of pain, no pleasure, absence of pleasure, no consciousness. It means the absence of pain, pleasure and consciousness. Ultimately when soul finds liberation, it means you are accepting absence in liberation, absence of something in liberation. So you are bound to accept absence or abhava as a padarth. You are accepting abhava. Abhava of pain, abhava of pleasure, abhava of consciousness. When soul finds liberation, it means to explain liberation, you are bound to accept abhava as a padarth. इतना बहुत है अग्रसर राज, इतने पे तो किसी को निपटा लोगे. कभी टकरा लो किसी से, कभी कभी टकराओ किसी से ना, कभी राजेंद्र नगर चले जाओ, वहां पे ऐसे टॉपिक्स में घुसोगे तब समझ में आएगा सामने वाले का क्या लेवल है, स्पेशली इन सच काइंड ऑफ टॉपिक्स. अब तो चूंकि ऑनलाइन में 1.5-2 साल से हो गया हूं तो बहुतों का कॉन्सेप्ट भी क्लियर कर देगा पढ़ाने वाले का. नहीं तो भागते हुए नजर आते हैं ऐसे टॉपिक्स में. तो इंग्लिश वाले थोड़े अपने से भी पढ़ के मेंटेन कर लेते हैं. प्रॉब्लम ये है, प्लस पॉइंट ये है. इज इट क्लियर नाउ? अकॉर्डिंग टू बुद्धिज्म, अकॉर्डिंग टू बुद्धिज्म, ये न्याय का देख लिया. अकॉर्डिंग टू बुद्धिज्म, अभाव इज नॉट ए कैटेगरी, इट इज नॉट ऑब्जेक्टिवली रियल. According to Buddhism, abhav is not a category. It is not objectively real. It is a mental construct. It is a mental construction. Through inference we know it. We become able to know knowledge of abhava through inference. It's not a reality, it's not objectively real, it is not a padarth according to Buddhism. It's a mental construction, it's a mental imagination in one sense, and through inference we can know it. That's all. Vishesha means place and Visheshan means characteristics. Vishesha means asthan, jaga. For example, your eyes are coming into contact with this place or this particular place. So you can say this one is Vishesha. You are not getting knowledge of Vishesha only, you are getting knowledge of this Vishesha along with its characteristics. जैसे यहाँ पे ग्लास है, ये विशेषण हो गया. ये presence of table lamp, it's a विशेषण. And overall, this one is called Vishesha. Place, you can say object. This was Raj. Is it clear? Nyayas, how Nyayikas have explained abhava, how we find knowledge of abhava according to Nyaya. No need to write Vaiseshika's view. Write Nyayika's view, Buddhist view, Mimamsaka's view may write. So note down Mimamsaka's views and note down in Mimamsa philosophy. Mimamsa philosophy I will discuss. How Mimamsakas have explained knowledge of abhava. You may write directly Visheshan, Vishesha bhava contact, you may write, no problem. संस्कृत वर्ड है, क्या है, देशी है, छोड़ दो, हटाओ. No need. Directly you may write, when our sense organs come into contact with Vishesya, we not only find knowledge of Vishesya or place, but we also find Visheshan or characteristics. Characteristics are Visheshan are of two types, positive Visheshan and negative Visheshan. Visheshan means characteristics. A negative, for example, absence of pot on this table right now. It's a negative characteristics of this table. And this is known through perception itself. That's all. Finish. Kaam khatam. Is it clear? Bolo sare log. Is it clear? Rim Jhim. चतुर्वेदी, द्विवेदी भी हैं, त्रिवेदी भी हैं, एक वेद वाले नहीं है कोई, चतुर्वेदी, 4 वेद। Is it clear? बोलो सर लोग। यस मनीष। रिम झिम, इज इट क्लियर? विकास, अब प्रिंटेड नोट्स को देखोगे तो एकदम आराम से 100% समझ में आ जाएगा। विशेषण मीन्स विशेषता। रिम झिम चतुर्वेदी, you may write विशेषण directly or you may translate it as a characteristics, features, विशेषता, विशेषण। नो नीड टू राइट हिंदी ग्रामर में क्या होता है, छोड़ो दो, हटाओ। यहां पे क्या लिखना है वो देखो। क्यों कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी दूसरे में, इतना स्पष्ट तौर पे बता रहा हूं एकदम सिंपल एग्जांपल के साथ। जहां समझ में आ जाए वहां ज्यादा माथापच्ची मत करो, ये अपने आप में दिक्कत है। उसको मैं समझा रहा हूं फोटो चार्ट बना के, मैं नोटिंग करा देता तो ऊपर से निकल जाता ये, रटना पड़ता बिल्कुल। तुमने टू चार्ट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड डायग्राम। नेक्स्ट, now we have discussed categories. Now last topic of Nyaya Vaisheshika philosophy, atomistic theory of creation. Atomistic theory of creation. Must be aware regarding origin of world, two types of theory, the origin of this world or Jagat. One is creation theory and second one is evolution theory. Creation theory is generally accepted by in religious sphere, even in Nyaya Vaisheshika philosophy, creation theory. In religions, this world is created by God. Even Nyaya Vaisheshika also accepted creation theory. Evolution is generally accepted by scientists. In Indian tradition, Sankhya plus Sri Aurobindo, they have accepted evolution theory. Science, evolution theory, even Indian tradition, Sankhya and their evolution theory is different from scientific evolution theory. Here, Nyaya Vaisheshika have supported creation theory. Atomistic theory of creation. Atomistic theory of creation. Atomistic theory of creation. Creation of whom? Creation of world. And by whom? To whom? Atoms. Through atoms, this world is created. Created by whom? That is God. God has created this world through atoms. देखो साइंस और प्लस रिलीजन दोनों का तालमेल in this topic. Vaisheshikas have tried to maintain harmony between science and religion. It's a scientific approach. World is made of atoms. World is made of atoms. It's a scientific thought. एंड मेड बाय गॉड, रिलीजियस स्फीयर है, साइंस भी है, रिलीजन भी है। मीमांसा व्यूज बताने वाले हैं, नोट करो मीमांसा व्यूज, रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी। ये अभी पीछे हमने बोला ना मीमांसा व्यूज, मीमांसा व्यूज, नोट डाउन मीमांसा व्यूज, नोट कर लो सारे लोग। मीमांसा, रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी पूछ रहे, मीमांसा का नहीं लिखवाया। हाउ नॉलेज ऑफ अभाव इज डिस्कस्ड बाय मीमांसा, तो नोट डाउन। इन मीमांसा फिलोसफी we will discuss knowledge of abhava. Complete. This part is clear. Next. Now here we are atomistic theory of creation. See here. रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी completed. मीमांसा's thought. मीमांसा's view बताने वाले थे, बताएंगे when मीमांसा philosophy में. Right now we are in Vaisheshika philosophy. Clear? रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी clear? अभी देख लेंगे, मीमांसा में पक्का देखेंगे, क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है। मीमांसा में सवाल है, देखो यहाँ मीमांसा में सवाल है। See, 2014. How is an absence of an object known? Absence of an object known according to Nyaya and Mimamsakas. According to Nyaya, perception, Mimamsakas, in Mimamsa philosophy, I will discuss. Not here itself. Okay? मीमांसा में देखेंगे। क्लियर हो गया? रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी का भी फंडा क्लियर हो गया। वेरी गुड, इतना फास्ट हो गए हो आप। क्लियर, कितना अच्छे से लिख रहे हो, क्लियर हो गया, वेरी गुड। नाउ वी आर इन द लास्ट टॉपिक ऑफ मिस्टिक थ्योरी ऑफ क्रिएशन ऑफ whom? World. Created by whom? God. Through which material? Atoms. Since this world is created by God through atoms, that's why this theory is known as atomistic theory of creation. Through atoms this world is made by God. Note down, introduction. Nyaya Vaisheshika's atomism is an important theory regarding creation of this world. Creation of this world. Why it is called? So why it is called atomistic theory of creation? Since here composite object of this universe, since here composite objects of this universe are explained on the basis of atoms, or you can say origin and decay of composite object of this universe. Origin and decay of composite objects of this universe is explained on the basis of atoms. Origin and decay of composite object of this universe is explained on the basis of atoms. That's why this theory is called atomistic theory of creation. That's why this theory is called atomistic theory of creation. When atoms are association of atoms, composite objects are made, and dissociation, they are destroyed. When atoms are associated, objects are made, and dissociation of atoms, object is destroyed. Very straightforward. Scientific explanation. Here atoms are defined as, must be aware, since here on the basis of atoms, origin and decay of, on the basis of atoms, origin and decay of composite object of this universe is explained. That's why this theory is known as atomistic theory of creation. Association of atoms, objects are made, dissociation of atoms, destroyed. Clear? In which way atoms are defined? It is defined as parangvatrute, which can't be further divided. That is accepted as atoms. Which can't be further divided. जिसको और तोड़ नहीं सके वो एटम्स है. See the definition of present quartz. Last particle can't be further divided. Which can't be further divided is known as atom. Features: atoms are simple. Simple means they are partless. Partless means they are indivisible. Indivisible means they are eternal. Atoms are eternal. That's why, since they are indivisible. Indivisible, why? Since they are partless, devoid of any parts. Since they are simple. Atoms are simple. That's why partless. That's why indivisible. That's why eternal, permanent. First feature. Atoms are material in nature. 4 kinds of atoms: earth, air, water, fire. Material atoms. They are neither originated nor destroyed. Note down. Atoms are neither originated by God nor destroyed by God. Atoms are neither, they are eternal elements, permanent elements. They are material in nature. 4 kinds of atoms are accepted. Atoms are coexistent with. Atoms are coexistent with ether, time, etc. Space, etc. Ether, space, time, ether, etc. They are coexisting realities. Soul and mind. Ether, time, space, soul and mind. Along with soul, mind, space, time and ether, atoms coexist. They are not made of something. They are neither destroyed nor they are made by someone. They are eternal. They are coexisting reality. They exist along with ether, time, space, soul and mind. Next. Atoms are basically inactive. Atoms are basically inactive. God provides motion. God is the source of motion. God associates them. The atoms are basically inactive. In science, atoms are active, but here atoms are inactive basically. Must be aware. God associates those inactive. God provides motion and associates them. Motion deta hai God, source of motion, and associates them, and in this way creates this world. This world is created by God. God provides motion in inactive atoms and creates this world. Who? God. Why this world is created? To provide fruits of the deeds of human beings. Since atoms are subtle, so on the basis of perception, we can't know atoms. Through inference, we find knowledge of atoms. Inference. we find knowledge of atoms. Since atoms are minute, subtle, to perception not possible to perceive them. Since worldly objects are made of atoms, so on the basis of those things, we become able to infer atoms. Atoms are inferred, not perceived, said by them. And you must be aware, जो नैयायिकाज का जो एटोमिस्टिक थियरी है, न्याय वैशेषिकाज atomistic theory, it is different from modern scientific theory. How? Note down here. First point here, note down. न्याय वैशेषिकाज atomic theory. World is made by God. World is made by God in न्याय वैशेषिका here. World is made. World is the result of evolution. First point here. World is made by God. Science, modern scientific theory, world is a result of evolution. Second, atoms are inactive, naturally inactive. Here atoms are, last particles are highly active. Highly active. Highly active, here inactive hai. Teleological explanation of this universe. Teleological explanation. There is a purpose behind the origin of this world. Teleological explanation of this universe. Mechanical explanation of this world. No any purpose behind the origin of this world. Mechanical explanation. Teleological explanation. Must be aware. This one is theist, Nyaya Vaisheshika's theist, science atheism. Everything is explained on the basis of atoms. So it supports, modern science supports materialism. It supports materialism here. Apart from matter, even souls are accepted. Science supports materialism. Here, apart from matter, even souls are accepted. Souls are accepted. क्लियर? पहले बोलो, इतना बोलो, क्लियर है? Criticism of atomism is also written here. Atomistic theory of creation. You can take help of that one also. Just add few lines from here in class notes, and that will be sufficient. Anyway, criticism is also written here. They have not asked this topic so far. अब इसको अच्छे से करके जाना है, स्टार दे लो for 2022. Possible to ask this question, atomistic theory of creation. They have this topic is untouched so far for the last so many years. Last 20 years, no any question, neither in IS nor in PCS. जबकि बनना चाहिए था यहाँ से atomistic theory of creation. Clear? पहले बोलो. Is it clear? Is it clear? Anyone, any question? Yes. Must be aware, they have given arguments also to prove atoms. It is said that composite objects are made of parts. If you are going to break any composite objects, if you are going to divide any composite objects, so once you will divide in two parts, again you will divide. So certainly at one point of time you have to stop and you have to accept now it is indivisible. So ultimately we find atoms. Once you will start to divide composite objects, ultimately you will find atoms which is indivisible. If you will not accept atoms ultimately, finally, it will lead to infinite regress. So to avoid infinite regress, we should accept atoms which is accepted as which is indivisible. So how you will prove atoms? Once we will start to divide composite objects, ultimately we find atoms that is accepted as indivisible. Neha Srivastava, sir, tomorrow I will ask question. Okay, very good. Why not right now? Sir, tomorrow I will ask question. आप तो संशय में डाल रहे हो नेहा श्रीवास्तव. Tomorrow we will ask question regarding that one. Vimanska, how Vimanska have find knowledge of abhava. Very good. कल मीमांसा तो आ ही जाएगा. Very smart. Just guess, anyone can guess what kind of questions he is going to ask Neha Srivastava. So tomorrow I will ask question. Not today itself. Last में ये बोल रहे हैं कि tomorrow I will ask question. Anyone can guess? Anyone? Neha Srivastava. Sir, tomorrow I will ask question. Why not right now? Very good. Today I will go through notes. Very good. And then you will ask question. Okay, free. Not only notes, go through books. Rimjim Chaturvedi, dhamakedar question. Very good. Dhamakedar question. Very good. Anyone can guess? Okay. Risuraj, when we'll have interactive Zoom session? Zoom session ले लेंगे. Let me complete this Indian philosophy within now 6 to 7 days. After that, interactive Zoom session. And मेंस क्वेश्चन ऑफ 2021 मेंस पेपर टाइम टू टाइम मैं उसको डिस्कस कर रहा हूँ. 71 का ही तो डिस्कस करते हैं बार बार. यस, जूम इंटरैक्टिव क्लास. ओके, नेहा श्रीवास्तव, गुड. जूम पे कर लेंगे. आप लोगों के साथ बैच में कोई निधि पवार भी है. कल मैं दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में था तो ऑलरेडी पीएचडी में है वो, फिलॉसफी डिपार्टमेंट पीएचडी. मैं भी डिपार्टमेंट में गया था. अचानक उन्होंने आइडेंटिफाई किया मुझे. तो ऐसे तो कोई किसी को रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं कर पाता है. Soft copy you have already, Rimjim Chaturvedi. Even hard copy also will ultimately find. Rimjim Chaturvedi, I will get hard copy of the question back. You have soft copy? Very good. अब दिल्ली में आऊँगा, दिल्ली में रहूँगा. पिछले वीक में दिल्ली में ही था. हाफ आधा टाइम मेरा जयपुर और आधा टाइम अभी दिल्ली में रह रहा हूँ मैं. तो आई थिंक कि philosophy of religion and philosophy of religion completed. should go through that one. देखो बीच में मैं जो पार्ट ले चुका हूँ, जैसे इंडियन फिलोसफी में कोई प्रॉब्लम होगा एक दिन जूम पे ये ले लेंगे आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग दिस वन. इंडियन फिलोसफी, फिलोसफी ऑफ रिलीजन एंड वेस्टर्न फिलोसफी कि हम जूम पे एक क्लास ले लेंगे. इफ यू विल फाइंड एनी प्रॉब्लम आई विल डिस्कस दैट वन. जूम पे ही कर लेंगे इस मीटिंग को. हार्ड कॉपी मिल जाएगा, रिमझिम थोड़ा रखो, आप मिल जाएगा। हार्ड कॉपी भी आ जाएगा, नो प्रॉब्लम। इज इट क्लियर? So now we have completed चार्वाका फिलोसफी, जैनिज्म, स्कूल्स ऑफ बुद्धिज्म, न्याय वैशेषिका, सांख्य एंड योग। नाउ मीमांसा, theory of knowledge, only theory of knowledge in Mimamsa, and finally school of Vedant, and the last topic is Aurobindo. So 2 days class here, 1 class here, and at least 4 days here, at least 4. The next 7 days most probably we'll be able to complete our Indian philosophy, and then last part will start, that is social political philosophy. Clear? So tomorrow we'll discuss remaining parts. Tomorrow fresh topic. Tomorrow fresh topic, Mimamsa philosophy. Again theory of knowledge. Mimamskas are also known for their theory of knowledge. इंडियन फिलॉसफी में अगर देखोगे रिगार्डिंग थियरी ऑफ नॉलेज और इपिस्टेमोलॉजी, ए लॉट ऑफ डिबेट बिटवीन हुम, बिटवीन न्याय, मीमांसा एंड टाइम टू टाइम बुद्धिज्म। यही तीनों टकराते हैं आपस में, खूब टकराते हैं। सो मेनी बुक्स, थाउजेंड्स एंड थाउजेंड्स ऑफ बुक्स आर रिटेन रिगार्डिंग थियरी ऑफ नॉलेज। कौन कौन इसमें रोल, मेजर रोल में? न्याय, मीमांसा एंड बुद्धिज्म। चार्वाक तो ऐसे साइड में कहीं आ जाता है जस्ट टू रिफ्यूट प्रमाणा विचार, अदरवाइज पॉजिटिव सेंस में उसका रोल नहीं है। तो whenever you will find any question regarding theory of knowledge, certainly try to write Nyaya, Mimamsa and Buddhism. In regarding theory of knowledge, no need to write Vaisheshika's thought, no need to write Sankhya's thought. Must be, they are known for their metaphysics. Even overall Vedanta भी ना metaphysics ही में ही dominate करता है. Although some things, even every philosophical system you will find both metaphysics and epistemology. But some are known for their metaphysics. Vaisheshika, metaphysics. Sankhya's metaphysics. Nyaya, Mimamsa and Buddhism. Nyaya, Mimamsa primarily known for their metaphysics, and here Buddhism also. But since in Buddhism epistemology is not outrightly prescribed, in Buddhism only 3 topics are prescribed. Theory of knowledge नहीं दिया है वहां पे. But in Nyaya philosophy, theory of pramana vichar, epistemology. मीमांसा फिलोसफी, थियरी ऑफ नॉलेज रिटेन। तो जब भी कोई थियरी ऑफ नॉलेज का सवाल हो तो इनको आपस में कंपेयर करो, और जब भी मेटाफिजिक्स का सवाल हो तो वैशेषिका फिलोसफी, सांख्या फिलोसफी, वेदांता फिलोसफी, इनको आपस में कंपेरिजन करो। क्रिटिसिज्म में भी इन्हीं को लाओ। क्लियर? थैंक यू। टुमारो विल सी रिमेनिंग पार्ट्स। टुमारो आई विल स्टार्ट मीमांसा फिलोसफी। थैंक यू।